There's a quiet war happening inside every person who ever tried to change their life. It's not the kind of war you see in movies, no bullets, no battlefields. It's the silent kind, the one fought in your head at 5 a.m. when the alarm goes off and you feel that weight pressing down on your chest, whispering, just 5 more minutes. That's where consistency either lives or dies. Every great dream, every empire, every body transformation, every skill, every legacy, it all burns or blossoms in those invisible, microscopic moments when you decide to either keep going or quit. Most people think quitting happens once, like a dramatic ending, a final surrender. But the truth is, quitting is a slow decay. It's not a crash, it's a leak. It starts with little compromises, skipping one workout, delaying one project, hitting snooze once, telling yourself, I'll start again tomorrow, and soon tomorrow becomes a graveyard of abandoned dreams. Consistency isn't built in a week of motivation. It's forged in boredom, in frustration, in those invisible, thankless repetitions where no one is watching and no one claps. Let's talk about that moment, the breaking point, because everyone hits it. The athlete at 4 a.m. whose legs feel like concrete, the student staring at the same page for hours, the creator posting video after video that no one watches, the entrepreneur who's one bill away from shutting it all down. That moment when you say, I can't do this anymore, that's where most people stop. Not because they're weak, but because pain convinces them it's pointless. The brain doesn't like uncertainty. It likes safety. So it tells you, quit. It tells you you've done enough. It tells you maybe this dream wasn't meant for you. But here's what they don't tell you. Consistency isn't about motivation. Motivation is a spark. It fades. Consistency is oxygen. It's what keeps the fire alive long after the excitement burns out. The secret isn't to feel good every day. It's to act the same way, regardless of how you feel. The real pros, the real winners, they feel the same doubts, the same fear, the same fatigue. They just learned not to listen. Think about this. Everything great you've ever admired, every film, every invention, every masterpiece, was once a pile of unfinished attempts. The people behind them weren't superhuman. They just learned the art of staying, of showing up when every cell in their body screamed to stop. That's what separates the ordinary from the remarkable. There's a story about a writer. He promised himself he'd write 1 page a day no matter what. Some days it was genius. Most days it was garbage. But he never broke the chain. And when he finally looked back, those pages became a best-selling novel. That's the paradox of consistency. It never feels powerful in the moment, but it's the most powerful force over time. You see, we live in a world obsessed with speed, quick success, instant gratification, viral moments. But consistency belongs to another timeline. The long one, the invisible one. It's quiet, it's unglamorous. It's the same breakfast every morning, the same grind when no one cares. And yet, it's the only way. You can't out-hack time. You can't rush mastery. You can't skip the repetition that forges greatness. When you feel like quitting, that's actually the signal. That's the moment you're closest to transformation. Because fatigue isn't a sign to stop. It's the body's way of saying, you're about to level up. Growth hurts, progress confuses, change burns. It's supposed to. You're literally reprogramming the person you've always been, and that's not supposed to feel easy. The reason people fail is not lack of potential. It's because they mistake discomfort for defeat. The mind says, I'm tired, and we believe it. But the body can go further than you can imagine. The truth is, 90% of the time, you're not out of strength, you're out of will. The brain quits long before the body does. Consistency at its core is not about discipline, it's about identity. You don't do consistent things, you become the kind of person who does them. There's a difference. If you keep saying, I'm trying to be consistent, you've already lost. You're separating yourself from the identity. But when you say, I'm the kind of person who doesn't miss, that's when it changes. The gym isn't something you do, it's part of who you are. Creating isn't an act, it's your nature. Once your habits merge with your identity, quitting stops being an option. It becomes unthinkable. Ask yourself, who are you when no one's watching? When the excitement dies? When the results don't show? Because that version of you, the one no one sees, determines everything. The world rewards what you do in silence. That's why consistency feels lonely. Because no one celebrates the grind, only the results. But remember this, results are just the delayed applause for the work you did in the dark. There's a beautiful irony about consistency. It feels like nothing's changing while everything is. You won't notice the growth day by day, but one morning you'll wake up and realize the person you used to be can't even survive the life you're living now. That's what staying consistent does. It quietly replaces your old self with someone stronger. And yes, there will be days you fail. You'll skip a day, you'll fall off track, you'll feel the guilt. But consistency isn't perfection, it's returning. The comeback matters more than the setback. The ones who make it aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who never stay down. Every time you return, you reinforce your identity as someone who doesn't quit. Every time you show up, even when it hurts, you build unshakable self-respect. Because that's what this is really about. Not success, not followers, not recognition, but self-trust. The ability to look in the mirror and say, I keep my promises to myself. That's rare. Most people break them every day. They set goals they don't honor. They start things they don't finish. And that's why they feel lost. They don't trust themselves anymore. But when you stay consistent, when you show up regardless of feelings, you rebuild that trust. You become unstoppable because you know you'll show up, always. Here's a truth most people never hear. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Want to stay consistent? Build systems that make quitting harder than continuing. If your gym is 30 minutes away, move it closer. If your workspace distracts you, clean it. If your phone drains your focus, block the apps. Don't rely on willpower. Design your environment for success. Willpower is temporary, structure is eternal. And sometimes you won't have the luxury of feeling ready. Sometimes you'll show up tired, broken, uninspired. Do it anyway. Because every time you push through, you train your brain to stop negotiating with weakness. You teach it. We work, even when it hurts. That's how resilience is born. There's something poetic about consistency. It's both brutal and beautiful. It's boring, repetitive, exhausting. Yet it's the reason legends exist. Kobe Bryant practicing at 4 a.m. when no cameras were on. Steve Jobs obsessing over pixels no one noticed. Writers rewriting the same page 100 times. They didn't do it because it was fun. They did it because greatness is built on unreasonable repetition. And make no mistake, you will feel like quitting. Over and over. That's not failure. That's the test. Every great person you admire faced the same storm. The only difference is they kept walking. They didn't wait for the storm to pass. They built strength inside it. Because storms don't destroy strong people, they reveal them. So the next time you feel that heaviness, that emptiness, that voice that says, it's not worth it, stop. Don't argue with it. Don't fight it. Just act. Action kills doubt. Movement creates motivation. Start small, write one sentence, do one push-up, record one clip. Don't aim for perfection, aim for presence. Momentum is built one brick at a time. And here's the craziest part. The moment you want to quit the most is usually the moment right before it starts working. Life has this cruel timing. It tests you hardest right before the breakthrough. That's why quitting feels so tempting, because you're close. The pain isn't punishment, it's proof you're in the right place. Consistency will never make you perfect. It'll make you inevitable. It turns effort into energy, motion into momentum. It transforms ordinary into unstoppable. And if you can learn to keep going when it's hardest, you'll become something very few people ever do. Reliable. Not to others, to yourself. So when that voice returns, and it will, whispering that you're wasting your time, that no one cares, that maybe you should quit, remember this. That voice is fear losing control. It's the dying breath of the old version of you. Smile at it, because the moment you choose to stay, even when every reason says go, that's the moment you become powerful. You want to know the real secret to staying consistent when you feel like quitting? Don't chase motivation. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Don't worship discipline. Just decide once that this is who you are. And every day after that, prove it. Not to the world, not to anyone else, just to yourself. Because in the end, consistency isn't about grinding forever. It's about building a life where you no longer need to ask, how do I keep going? Because you've already become the kind of person who does. And that's when you'll realize you never needed motivation. You just needed to keep moving through the moments you wanted to stop. Because the finish line isn't somewhere far ahead. It's right there, in the step you take after wanting to quit. Keep going. You're closer than you think.